Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4, the tutorial playthrough that we're doing here on the channel. I'm Karex and hey, what's going on over here in England? Why is there this blue over here? Okay, so we have been to war with England, but we did not declare the war ourselves. So we were not able to do the Reconquest War that we're really hoping that we're drooling to do. Instead, England declared on us. England declared on us due to a historical event over Mainz. And we decided to take, the only land we decided to take is land that will give us a foothold in the English Isles. So now we can sort of prepare better for a war against them. We've also crippled their economy. We have decimated their economy. They're going to be actually just struggling to survive over the next few years. But we do have a 15-year truce with them. It'll be 15 more years before we can go to war with them again, unfortunately. So yeah, right now we're just going to be managing our country here. We need to get our troops. We need to shuttle our troops back. We need to get everybody nice and healthy. We have 6,000. Our armies are actually lacking 6,000 troops to be fully ready to go and reinforced. Because we have no manpower to reinforce them right now. So we need to build back up the manpower. We need to sort of play a little bit of a peacetime game. We got some lazy diplomats. We have claims in Aragon, so if we do want to attack, Aragon would be a probably pretty good target. Looks like they are allied to the Papal State. I actually wouldn't mind allying the Papal State, remember, because being good in with the Pope gives us a lot of benefits over here. It's funny that England is actually the Pope right now, which sucks, because they're getting all these amazing benefits. Oh man, there's some really good benefits here too. We want to be the Pope. We want to be the Pope. We want one of our cardinals to be elected. We're kind of working on that. That's one way that we can. One of the things that we can do to spend the papal influence. So let's think about this one thing at a time. Let's kick the speed down to. Well, let's keep it at speed 3. Let's just let time run because it's going to be a while before we can do anything. First thing we need to do: get this diplomat doing something useful. And also realize that our diplomat is building up a spy network. Let's see if we can actually... Let's look at our diplomats first. Okay, we're working on the spy network with Burgundy. Okay. Let's go to the trade map mode because I'm kind of suspicious that some of these areas might be a little bit more valuable than others. Oh, okay, so this one here, sort of Burgundy itself, is a center of trade. But we are not actually bordering this province. So we cannot fabricate a claim on it. We can only fabricate a claim on land that's next to our land. Although, funnily enough, we can use this spy network to fabricate on Nevers if we wanted to, because Nevers is, of course, subservient to Burgundy. They're a vassal. So if we want, so we have to use the spy network that we build in Burgundy. We have to use that on Nevers if we want. I don't know, do we want Nevers? I'm not sure which piece of land we really, truly, quote, want. But Nevers maybe... We can look at the value of these provinces here. This is 11 development, 13 development, 11 development, 20 development. This is their capital, though. That makes sense. We can't even do that one if we wanted. Let's just grab, you know what, we could even just do one randomly. Let's do Nevers. Just do Nevers. Again, we are going to their screen, but we are going to be using, it is letting us fabricate the claim because we have the spy network built up with Burgundy. Okay, so we have that on Nevers. And let's just continue to let that fly. We probably actually want to build a spy network in England as well. Here's the question. Do we ally the Pope? Do we ally the Pope? It's kind of now or never, I think, on this. We either say we're going to ally them or we say we're not going to ally them. They have land that we really do want. We really do want this land here. They love us. We love them. It's going to be a while. We're not just going to attack the Pope. Like, we're not literally just going to go to war with the Pope. So let's ally them for now. Oh, you know what I just realized? Do we have outstanding We have a let's cancel the military access over here to Ulster, because we don't need to be paying for that. Okay, so we got the diplo. Let's just let the time flow here. Oh, okay, so actually there's some important stuff to look up here. Call for peace. Well, that should go away because the war is over. That just hasn't updated yet. War exhaustion is high. Okay, so this is all the negative modifiers because of that. We can reduce this. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Windows is being really annoying. I apologize about that. So we can reduce the war exhaustion here by spending diplomatic power. And one of the annoying things in this huge list of terrible things that this is doing for us, and it's slowly decay. Like, this is going to hang around for a long time. We unfortunately do have to press this button a couple times. One of the really annoying things that this is doing is it's increasing the core creation cost. So again, we took these pieces of land in the war, right? But these pieces of land belong to England. They don't belong, like historically, they don't belong to us. So we need to spend administrative power. This is one of the huge costs of administrative power in the game. We need to spend administrative power to make this part of our land. We need to go in there, set up the local government, set up the infrastructure, and sort of inject the French way of doing things into these provinces so they will truly be recognized by the world as our land, so that we can get all the benefits for these provinces. And one of the things is this is making these costs significantly higher, 15% higher. So we do want to reduce this. First thing we want to do is reduce that. Now we got rid of a banner up here that was warning us that our war exhaustion was really high. Why else is it going up? Call for peace? Okay, well that's going to go away. Attrition? Okay, that's going to go away too. So now these numbers are a little bit lower. We are going to have to make these core. It looks like it's going to take 37 months to get these done. So we're going to be coring in these provinces, making them part of the French homeland. You have claims on provinces you do not own. This is just reminding us that we do have claims in Aragon, and now we have claims in Never. This is just kind of reminding us of where we can go to conquest, but we already know that because we actually made those claims ourselves, so we can get rid of that. Military leader. We still aren't paying for a guy down here. The thing is, our economy, we haven't even looked. We don't even want to look at the economy screen right now because we know it's not going to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty. We know up here we're losing money. There's a red minus sign up there. So our troops have suffered casualties. Yep, we already looked at that last episode, I believe. So we need to reinforce the 6,000 troops, but we have no manpower. We have no manpower, so it's going to be a slow burn to get these troops back, but we don't need to look at that. We have unrest in the provinces. So we have unrest in these provinces here. We already looked at that. That's because these are English culture. This is English land. These are English people. There's a huge amount of modifiers here. This land right here is just not going to be happy with us for a while. There's a modifier there called separatism at the very bottom, plus 15 unrest. You're going to get that anytime you grab a province that isn't already one of your provinces. Like when we take these, we're not going to get any separatism because this is French land. This is French land. And it's even French culture. But down here, this plus 15 unrest from separatism, this will tick down 0.5 per year. Per year. So in 30 years, it'll be gone. And then the province will pretty much just kind of become a normal province. We'll be able to, it'll sort of, everything will die down. People will accept the fact that it's French, and people will just chill out. It's never going to become French culture unless we force it to be French culture. But the separatism will go down. People will learn to just kind of live with the fact that they're part of the French nation over time. So this is warning us that we have unrest. And we can click on this screen. This brings us to the stability tab that we looked at. And we were looking at this for the war exhaustion. We're looking at this for integrating the provinces we just took by paying the administrative power. Now we can see that there's a possible rebellion. Here it looks like it's going to be 13,000 troops. There's 2 provinces that are sort of part of this rebellion, influencing the rebellion. Here, though, we can look and see what's the progress until the next uprising. It's saying it's estimating at this rate, this rate it's estimating it'll be about 6.1 years before it uprises. The way this works is it's not a 7.4% chance to uprise. That's how it used to work, like way long ago. It's a 7.4% chance to add 10% chance of uprising. It's kind of confusing. There's a chance every month that this will tick up by 10%. So when it gets to 80 to 90%, the game will tell us, hey, there's a rebellion imminent. Like, it is imminent. So, but for now, it's just going to be slowly building up. We're fine. Nothing's going to surprise us here. We're going to be fully ready for it. But we are going to leave that up just to remind us that that is still a thing. Countries want condottieri, so we can try to sell them our troops if we want, but I don't think we're going to do that because, again, wow, we're actually making money. That could be because of the war reparations from England. We'll have to check and see what our economy's up to. We have a truce now with England. Leave that there. We can build castles. We don't care about that. And we actually have enough money to become Defender of the Faith. So we could become the Defender of the Catholic Faith, but it would cost all of our money right now. I don't think we want to hit that button quite yet. Let's look at our economy here, as time is just sort of slowly passing in the background. Although we do have lazy diplomats. Let's get that spy network going in England. People really want... Maybe we will give some condottieri to people. I don't know. We'll take a look at that. Where are our ships? Okay. Let's get a lot of these ships back to the homeland. We can just literally select the 14,000 troops, and we can tell them transport to here. And if we hit and we say yes, we would like the fleet to automate the transport of these troops. So it's left 6,000 here. It's taking 8,000 now. It'll automatically go back and pick them up. That's a really, really nice feature. A really, really nice feature. We're gonna want some troops over here because, again, there's some uprisings going on, but we don't need all the troops there. Something's going on with the encroachment of the nobility. The nobility is trying to make some moves on us here. Again, the nobility, remember, is one of the estates. So this is one of the sort of the local communities within our nation that's sort of moving and grooving for power within our nation. So we're saying that Toulouse will become part of the nobility if we let this slide. And it'll increase their influence by 3.4%. I don't know if we actually want to do that. Let's look at the nation. Okay, so when the estates take over, remember it's a specialization, right? The contribution to the force limit will be higher, but they'll pay less. They'll actually pay less in taxes and produce less goods. So I don't know if we want to do that. If we don't have to do that, I don't know if we want to. They have enough land. We don't need to give them more land. The last thing they need is more land. But there's a 50% chance that actually they'll actually do a rebel uprising will appear here, and they'll sort of pseudo fight for it. That's kind of annoying. We actually do not want that to happen. It's a 50% chance, but we're not in a position to fight 15,000 rebels, okay? Or it'd only be 10,000 noble regiments. Rebels are pretty weak, but again, we're not going to take them out. You know what? Let's see if we can get there in time. Let's see if we can get there in time. Maybe we will do this, but we do need more troops. This isn't enough troops. Families left behind. What's going on here? The war has taken a heavy toll on our people. Many were called, few returned. Just the low manpower. I think this has something to do with the fact that we have low manpower. Again, national unrest. Yeah, we need the manpower modifier. What we're going to do is, this is the price that must be paid for a glorious nation. So we're going to reject helping the citizens here, which means that the national unrest is going to go up. But guess what? Again, the mainland Europe is so stable, that's not going to have any effect on our country, like the core of our country. It's going to have an effect, though, on these provinces here, especially because they're already angry. But we want, to some degree, we kind of want these just to be to rebel and be done with it. So we're leaving this event up because we have a certain amount of time. We can try to get the troops over here preemptively. If we can get here quick enough. Again, I'm not sure exactly how much time we have to leave this open. I don't know if it's a month or 2 months or 3 months. But what we could do is if we get all the troops here, I can actually hit this button. Okay, let's do it. Let's group these up. So we are ready to fight here. We have a really strong army. This is going to be 10,000 rebels. They're discombobulated. Like, these guys are not going to even... they're not even going to scratch us. They're just going to go bye-bye. Well, we're losing about 2,000 troops. 2,500 troops. Okay, so it wasn't as easy as I thought, but that kind of hurt. Kind of hurt, but that's okay. At least the province is sort of secure as a... it's a stronger province because of that, so... Oh, I didn't know it was both. I thought it was a 50%... Oh, okay. I thought it was one or the other. They lost the, That's kind of annoying. Whatever, they're just gonna have to suck it up. We're getting some negative modifiers here. That actually is a big bummer, because we really do need the manpower, but... That's kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. Didn't we say we wanted to ally the Pope? Let's do that. Let's ally the Pope. So our diplomatic relations right now is Switzerland, the Papal State, Castile. Those are our 3 allies, and then we have Scotland that we're still guaranteeing, and we're getting military access from them. So there's a few things that I want to do here. There's a few things that I want to do here. I want to check on and see what England is up to, how they're doing militarily now that they've just were utterly dominated. I suspect they pretty much have no troops. I suspect they're losing tons of money, and they just don't have much going on because they're still paying for all these ships and everything too. We need to build up. We lost our 2 heavies in that war too. That's not good. Losing the heavies like the way that we did was a huge bummer. Apparently something happened. We lost some end of a card. We just lost that card. We just gained that card. Now we lost him again. That's kind of annoying. We get 2 per year. Yikes. Yikes. Paris. That's right. I'm trying to remember. I think it might be based on the state takes control of the guilds. Okay, what is going on here? That's actually really amazing. We're at 2 stability. I told you guys that 3 is the max. And to boost it to 3, it would cost us 200 admin. So we can grab this and just boost to 3 stability and get all the benefits from that. And then we'd also have a really good buffer in case things happen and we lose stability. We'll be losing and gaining stability time. It's just an up and down thing, but it will stay there until something happens that causes it to go down. The little bit of money is insignificant. Do not mess with the guilds. Do not mess with the guilds. We can actually gain power from them by giving them more control, but we're not going to mess with them. We're going to get the stability. The status quo. There we go. We're getting some nice modifiers from this, actually. That 15% tax rate. Yearly corruption going down. Institution spread. Oh, there's some good stuff in here. Some good stuff there. Yep. Nobility's angry, that's fine. Nothing we can do about it. Nothing we were gonna do about it. So we now have enough administrative power to get the first administrative technology. That, again, gives us the option to build the temple, right? That was what we just got for clicking that button, was we unlocked temples. Or sorry, churches. Churches. So if we go to build, we're in the production tab, right? Production tab. Buildings. We can grab temples here. So for 100 ducats, we can get a temple going. And I keep saying temple, and I keep meaning to say churches. Look at this. I'm trying to remember. This is per month. I believe this increases. This number right here is saying that we'll get an extra 0.26 ducats per month. Wow. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. So we're getting about 3 ducats a year putting this down, which means in a short 33 years, this is going to pay for itself. That's insane. That's insane, because again, this is a 400-year campaign. I don't know if we're going to play for the the full 400 years, but putting one in Paris is a no-brainer. So this is literally breaking it down for us. This is telling us all the good provinces to build this structure. Except, you know, we can get a 0.17, we can get a 0.20. We have money. We haven't actually looked too closely at the economy screen yet, but we're doing, it says we're making money, so let's trust it on that. This will also, of course, let us make more money. We're investing in our nation right now. We got a bunch of 16s here. We can't afford to build in all of them. And plus 16 is actually a really good number. Really good number. We'll wait. We'll wait. Let's keep a little bit of money in the bank. Let's actually look at our economy screen. Yeah, we're getting 2.5 ducats from England. So that would otherwise be profit for them, but they're probably losing money purely based on that. I wonder, can we actually go to the ledger and can we ask some questions about the English economy? So this will reset us back to here. Let's go to economy, income. No, not income. We want profit. Can we see profit? No, it looks like it's hiding the profit. England actually has a little bit more income than us. But think about it this way. Imagine everything was the same, right? They're making way more in trade. Making way more in trade. If everything was the same for us in England, which it's not because they don't actually have any troops, we're paying for troops there, not. Then of course we would be losing 2.55 and they would be gaining 2.55. So that's a 5 ducat swing. They're paying us 2.5 instead of... Basically, I'm saying they might be barely staying afloat here. But it looks like it's not actually going to tell us the profits that they're making per month. We could probably check and see if they have any loans. We do know they have loans because they had to take out a loan to pay us that 800 ducats. An initial 800 ducats cost loan. Or it required them to take out some loans to do that. We're making good money here. It would be nice if... there's a few things we should do, actually. Remember, we should mothball the forts. For sure. We shouldn't be paying for the forts. And we should also grab this dude. Just to get that extra military skill. I'm not worried about his fort defense thing. I could care less about that. Especially in peacetime. I mean, the forts, if we're playing well, if we're playing the war well, then the enemy's not going to be advancing on us, right? We're going to be stopping them before then. The thing that's really killing us is this manpower thing. Let's go up to speed 4. We're allied with the Papal State and Switzerland. Have we buttered everybody up? We buttered up Switzerland to the max. And the way we know that is we look here and it says improved relations. So this is the improved relations. So at 100 is a max. So here it's saying we've done 91. Basically, I'm just going to call that max. It slowly decays 3 every year. We don't have to worry about it. We took the time to get it pretty high, and we'll just let it kind of chill out. Is there anybody else, though, that we just kind of need to get on our good side? Portugal could potentially be an enemy, right? When we attack England, we're going to be getting Portugal involved when we do the attacking. Just let the speed go here, but I'm just kind of thinking here. You know, the funny thing is, we could actually try to just ninja London. We could actually just straight up try to take London in the next war. Thriving merchant community, what does that mean? So, because what I'm saying is we could fabricate a claim, and we can actually choose to fabricate it on London if we want. The tricky thing about London is it's so rich and expensive and crazy that like the entire war would basically be taking London. We wouldn't be allowed to take anything else. It would basically be an entire war just for London. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a very rich province, and it has a lot of effect, has a lot of sway in this English trade node. So a lot of England's wealth is coming from the fact that they own London, and they own these provinces down here too. You know, what the heck, let's just get a claim on London. Oh, we were discovered. So this has turned red. We were discovered in Burgundy. Let's pull out here. Actually, our innovation is actually decreasing because what's the total change? Is because we're behind on diplomatic technology. We need to get that up. And how close are we to this? We're 150 power away. We do need to do that. We can take a look at the Renaissance and see how the Renaissance is going as that affects our technology. So if we can't, here it is. But if we can't find a map mode, it's always just going to be in one of these tabs. There's just a bajillion map modes. Let's look at the Renaissance here. Okay. It's taking its sweet time. Like, we're feeling it. Like, these lines mean that we're feeling it. Like, we're getting a little bit of spread, but it's very slow right now. What we need is these nations to embrace it. And as they embrace it, and as we get more and more neighbors that are embracing it, then it'll start to spread more. Right now, we're just sort of barely feeling the effects of the Renaissance. It hasn't been going on long enough. We actually have the slightest amount of unrest in some of these areas. Oh, because the nobility is upset. Okay, so the nobility is adding a pretty steep modifier here. Oh, wow. We can already get another tech, military tech. That's pretty quick. We want to actually hit this as quickly as possible because, again, if we don't accept the Renaissance, if we don't embrace it, we're getting a stacking penalty on our technology until we embrace it. So we want to sneak this in here sooner rather than later, and it's saying that we're going to get more innovation by doing this quickly. That also gave us a new type of troop. So this is what happened. We just upgraded our military. It says we have a new superior unit type. This is literally all you have to do when it comes to getting new units. You're going to just read here and it says, okay, the men-at-arms is superior to the Latin medieval infantry. Okay. Men-at-arms. Well, any of these are the same. You can see the pips here. They're literally, do not look at these numbers. They are perfectly, these are all perfectly balanced. They're like, there's some tiny little, I've been told that there's some very small optimizations you can do here, but for the most part, just click one of these. It literally, don't even look at them, just click one of these. Like, we're just going to randomly click one. So now we've upgraded our troops, that goes away, and now all of our troops, now the morale goes to 0. Because they need to reorganize. They are going to reorganize. And once they're fully organized, I wonder... Once they're fully organized, then they'll be just where they were, except for they're a superior unit type. They're just a slightly stronger unit when it comes to, you know, fighting battles, so... The estates are disloyal, but this is trending upwards. Okay. Let's just kind of let it go here. We're losing Casus Bellies, Casus Bellies or Bellies against Burgundy. That was because they insulted us. We had a small window to attack them. We don't care about that because we have other reasons to attack them. In fact, we can hit this button and just see... Oh, wait, no. Not to attack them, but we can attack Nevers, which is still part of them, so this would pull in. You know, Burgundy, I don't know. Burgundy... There's no way we can even consider fighting them. We have no manpower. We have no manpower. You know what we're going to do? This is one of those situations. Okay. The English separatists are finally on the move. English separatists are finally on the move here. Sort of. They're not literally moving, but they are. Now it's telling us they're at 80%, so it's ticked up to 80%. Well, let's check and make sure these are both grasslands, so we're not going to get any defender bonuses for sitting here. So whether we're an attacker or a defender doesn't matter in the grasslands. So what we're going to do is we're going to take care of these rebels. We're going to kick it up to speed 4 because we're really not doing anything. Now we could be trying to improve relations. Denise actually this could be an interesting ally if we wanted to go south, but it's too far. It's literally just too far from our nation to try to manage that. But Denise might be an interesting ally. I don't know. It might be worth just kind of like making them happy at least, you know. There's no harm in that. We could look deeper into the empire here, into the Holy Roman Empire, and seeing, you know, eventually Scotland, we might actually want Scotland as an ally eventually. Now, here's the funny thing. Now that we have a land foothold here, when we go to war, we can defend Scotland. We don't have to watch as they get steamrolled by England. Now we can actually just stick it to England. So let's just have this going. We're watching this. It's also over here. The rebellions are also over here. And we're watching this 80%. We're waiting for it to go to 90. There it is, 90%. Okay, we're getting some choices here. We have a little bit of inflation right now, which literally this inflation works exactly the way that it seems. 0.46% means everything costs 0.46% more. So more inflation is not good. But here's the funny thing. Because our leader is a scholar, wow, these are some nice events. We can get 75 admin for 75 inflation. But here's the funny thing. You can reduce inflation by 2 for the cost of 74 admin. So this is a net gain. This is a net gain. This is now our top priority. Booyah. We got more administrative power, which is really strong. We've increased our inflation a bit. And if we wanted to, we could just drop it immediately. We could just dump it down. But I think we're fine. I think 1.2, we're fine with 1.2%. Okay, there's the rebellion. They're fighting over here. Oh, we don't have our leader. Let's bring him over. Okay, they took care of him just fine. Okay, so what's going to happen now is if we look at this, the unrest is now taken care of. There was a recent uprising, okay? There's been a recent uprising. For the next 10 years, there cannot be an uprising due to the English separatists. They have already tried and they have been squashed. So for 10 years, they have to try to rebuild. And what that means is also all these other negative modifiers that are affecting this are also going to be wearing down in the next 10 years, right? So in 10 years, so basically we have squashed the English rebellion for now. Of course, when we take more lands, then they're going to try to come back and fight us again. So we're actually going to put our people on the mainland here. And we have cored these pieces of land. So now the unrest is actually looking really low. Sort of. You know, even if you take out that minus 100, we're now sort of at the point where we're almost kind of not even having any rebellion. The separatism will continue to go away. Some of these other things are event driven. They'll go away. So things are looking good. And I think that is a good, we do have a new banner up here, but I think this is a good time to take a break. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I think for once, we have officially kept it under 40 minutes. Hooray! So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Next episode, we will be trying to, again, recover from that glorious war that we did end up winning in a good way. And we still kind of just need to see what's going on. Who's making moves? What's going on? Who can we attack? Maybe while we wait for England, to wait for the truce with England to go away there. So thank you so much. please leave comments if you have questions or concerns or criticism. And like if you like, dislike if you dislike. Thank you so much, everybody. I will talk to you guys in the next one.